Hello and welcome to the podcast. This is a new
everybody.
podcast.
It might have been like demon possessed. It was a fairly large, mutated looking chicken.
We were born in the north, but we grew up in the south.
We learned all of our words from Pennsylvania.
And people are, that's toboggan. That little toboggan
Not
there.
a toboggan. Toboggan is a sled. Okay.
0.3 inches, baby.
Dude, I can't take it.
Welcome to this episode of the Wise Works podcast. It is our Christmas episode because this
Merry
is the
Christmas.
week of Christmas. Yep.
Oh, I forgot to put my hat on.
Yes, sir. That's the thing. Why'd you cut your hair so short? It's almost like a hind tight.
I just wanted it.
Okay.
I like short hair sometimes, and so I wanted it. Kenzie did it.
This week last year, do you know what happened to my hair?
Yeah, you get it buzzed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
There's an episode where I take off my hand. I'm like, uh-oh.
That was on video. That was when we were doing the podcast over video, which we've done here like 3 times, I think.
You mean over Skype?
Over FaceTime or whatever it was. But because you still lived in South Carolina. And yeah, I mean, it looked a little silly.
It
mine
looked
doesn't
silly,
look as
but
silly.
it was a good story, and I can still...
Do you know what episode that was?
good.
You can call back and get people to go watch it. You remember?
It was maybe... I know it was either this episode or one very shortly after was the Star Wars episode.
Okay.
Do you know the first Star Wars episode we ever did?
I do.
It had the thumbnail is Star Wars, them fighting down at the bottom of the screen.
Gosh, we've done so many videos this year.
Yeah.
I've been scrolling and we're still on the wood backgrounds.
Yeah.
Gosh.
That's good.
Okay.
Clocking in.
If you want to see Joshua's short, silly haircut, go back to episode...
I don't want to harp on this, but just because we're talking about it, we're going to talk about this probably next week for our New Year's episode. But a lot has happened, and a lot of hair has changed, and a lot of things have happened this year. A lot.
Yeah. I don't remember. It's somewhere around the, I don't know. It was early on.
Yeah.
Beginning of the year.
Speaking of, a lot has happened. A lot has changed. You wanted to talk about something, view account?
Okay, so yeah, there's this is something worth celebrating. Even if it might seem insignificant, it is not. We have basically just passed 10,000 views on the channel.
Yep.
That's awesome. Because we'll talk next week a little bit about reflecting on the year and maybe the channel as a whole, because it'll be our New Year's episode. But I started this channel in 2014, right? And
not much happened then.
not much was being put up there. And we only have 2 videos that's gotten over 1,000 views. It's not like a bunch of this has been a very slow, chipping away at it in small chunks at a time process of getting to this point. And we put a lot of work into it. And it's really awesome. It's worth celebrating 10,000 views on the channel. We already did 100 episodes this year. We've passed 100 subscribers this year. It's just a lot of cool stuff that's happened.
Yeah.
And it's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to harp on it next week, so I don't want to get too much into it. But it's Christmas time.
Christmas time. Leave us in the comments. I want to encourage you, leave a comment and like this video. It helps us get seen more on the YouTube algorithm. Also, you can subscribe. Hit the bell.
Yeah.
But tell us what your Christmas plans are. Tell us what you're excited about this year.
I'm going back to South Carolina for Christmas. You know this because you're going to be there.
I am.
That's where our family is from, but we're in Virginia, so go back to South Carolina and just hang out and relax a little bit.
Yeah.
It hasn't felt super Christmassy to me. I feel like, the first couple weeks of end of November, the first week of December, I was in quarantine, didn't even leave my apartment. So
yeah, because you got sick.
Yeah, so I didn't see anything Christmas related.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a little bit before I went into quarantine with
You
my
never decorated
work.
your apartment either, did
No.
you? You should have. Would have spruced things up a little.
Mm.
You would have enjoyed it.
Mm.
Are you giving me the mms?
I don't know. I see so much Christmas decorations at work all the time.
But it's a good thing, though, man.
Okay.
Okay, that's interesting.
Things,
Do you think it's controversial to have Christmas decorations?
No.
What do you got against it?
I don't. I just don't.
Okay,
I
present why you just didn't feel like it.
I just didn't feel like it. I don't have a problem with Christmas. I will say this. There's certain things with Christmas that give me joy and I'm happy about.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain things that, to some people, it can be a warm, fuzzy feeling, and they're like, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I just feel instantaneously cringe. And I used to not feel like this as much.
What's the cringe? Let's unpack this.
I don't know. It was like, I don't even remember what song, but I was at work and this Christmas, I was like listening to Christmas music.
To look a lot
and I'm like, yes, I like this. This is nice Christmas music. And then this one song came out and I'm like, I don't like this.
What song was it?
I really don't know. It wasn't because it brought up a memory.
Was it really old?
It wasn't because it brought up a memory. It was just like that fuzzy feeling you get around Christmas. And it's like, I don't like this feeling. It's weird.
Oh, so it was a fuzzy feeling and you didn't like it.
Yeah.
What, because it made you want to cry?
I don't think. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
It was getting you in the feels.
Yeah, it
and
wasn't.
you didn't want to feel. You want to go through life numb.
No.
What you're saying does not make any sense to me.
I don't know.
Explain
it. I guess something to do with the song. I just didn't like it.
Okay. One of my favorite.
They also play Sound of Music around Christmas for some reason.
I've never seen that.
You haven't?
No, I've never heard Sound of Music played for Christmas time.
It's the song. It's like Wonderful Things or like rain. No.
Raindrops on whiskers and something on kittens. Whiskers on kittens.
Something. They say there's one line. It's like, it's a very short Christmas line in it, so they consider it a Christmas song now. Mm-hmm. Comment below if you've heard this multiple times. It's not a Christmas song, but people think it is.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it Edelweiss?
No, the song you just said.
Oh, it's that song.
Yes. It's like raindrops on.
So you don't know why it's a Christmas song?
It's not a Christmas song, but there's one line in it. I can't remember exactly what they say, but it's something very briefly, like short Christmas phrase or something in it.
Okay. Well, anyway, what's your favorite Christmas song?
Favorite Christmas song?
What are you going to be listening to this week, man? Leading up to the few days. You're going to be driving to South Carolina. What are you going to be listening to in the car?
I got mine.
Okay, say it.
Michael Bublé. He's got like some good jazz thrown in there.
I know what he has.
Like I like some good jazz. I've expressed this before. So I like his good jazz. I don't listen to it for I don't know. A lot of females listen to it because they say he has a good voice. It's not that, it's the jazz that I like.
He do have a good voice.
He does. I mean, I'll acknowledge he has a good voice, but I don't listen to it for his voice. It's like
what song of his do you like? The Christmas songs. Do you like to hear him sing? Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle.
No, because I don't listen to it for his voice. The like jazz Christmas stuff he has, I like.
So you just like the vibe?
Yeah.
I like simply having a wonderful Christmas time. I like that tune. Yeah. I like the
I mean, it's a good one. Just
sing Christmas bells.
I have not heard either of those songs this year yet.
Oh, it's good stuff. I have quite a few. There's also some I hate, like Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. That's a trash song. Yeah. They need to stop playing that they need to take that song out, burn it, send it into space, and then blow it up with a nuclear weapon.
It'll be
so
like
the aliens cannot reconstruct this device that holds these songs. Aliens don't even want to hear this.
We don't want it to be like Star Quest and they think we have that song as like our history or something.
Yeah, they get the historical documents. Yeah. What is it? They call it historical documents?
So
I sure do love Christmas music, most of them.
Hmm.
For some reason, when I think of Christmas music, the only one that comes to mind right off is I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas.
yeah.
That's the one that comes to my mind. I think it's probably because Christmas is in the title, or in the song and
See,
the title.
I don't think of that when I think of like, you're a nasty Mr. Grinch.
You're nasty. You're a mean one.
I wouldn't touch you with a 10.5-foot pole.
It's got some disease or something.
Yeah.
Grinch got COVID.
Grinch has got COVID.
Grinch didn't wear his mask.
Yeah.
Because his heart's small, man.
So we don't have like a super strong topic, but
Yep,
I wanted to just talk about Christmas movies in general. What movies you like, what you find good about them, the acting style in them, all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
So I made a list because I was just thinking, what are some of my top movies that I would consider the best Christmas movies out there? I wouldn't say the best movies, but what I consider the best movies.
Okay.
And do you know what's... Should I do the least first and go to the best, or go to the best least? Least to best?
Least to best.
Okay.
But I already know it's at the top of your list. Can I say it?
Guess it, and I'll tell you once we get there.
Tim Allen. Santa Claus.
Maybe, maybe not.
You
We'll
like
see.
yourself some Tim Allen.
Maybe. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
So, I kind of ranked the first couple for sure on good, and then I just kind of added ones in there. So if you think that the bottom one should be put up on the list a bit, don't be triggered.
Stop using the triggered word.
Don't be upset with me.
We need to stop using that word as a culture, and especially as individuals. That's such a dumb word. I don't mean to offend you. I don't mean to trigger you, but gosh dang it, stop using that word. You sound stupid.
So White Christmas, I put that on my list, close to the bottom. I just blanked. Who's the guys in it?
On White Christmas?
Yeah.
I'll tell you in a second if it's on the list of things I just pulled up.
I blanked. What are those guys' names?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
White Christmas.
Yeah, White Christmas. It's got some good tunes in it. A lot of how it was filmed, a lot of sets. They weren't on location for any of that film.
Mm-hmm.
It was all sets.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? When was the last time you watched that film? Has it been a couple years?
Well, me and Kenzie actually started it like in the middle, like this summer.
Oh, okay.
But we didn't finish it. We
Okay.
watched like half of it.
A lot of sets.
The big sets.
Big
Like, not
sets, yes,
small
but
ones.
sets and not location at all.
Okay. And what about that is makes it at on your list?
Well, that's more of nostalgia. We used to watch that a lot when we grew up. I mean, our grandma had I think a VHS copy of it.
Mm-hmm.
So we would watch it
She did.
a lot.
We did
That
watch
was
it a
one of
lot.
the-
It's one of our grandma's movies she liked.
Yeah.
All right. Could I say one?
Yeah, go for it.
It's a Wonderful Life.
That was actually the next one for real on the list. So that's kind of a classic.
All right. If you haven't seen It's a Wonderful Life,
Yeah.
it is definitely a very good Christmas story.
Mhm.
There are things in it that probably aren't super realistic, but the thing is, it's a black and white. First of all,
I think they
remastered it.
did remaster it because I'm pretty sure I have a copy of a remastered version.
Man, I think let's see. I remember, so the beginning of it starts really weird. It has like these stars talking to each other, but they're supposed to be angels. And the synopsis of the film
Yeah.
is it goes through this whole life of this guy named George, and he basically he ends up trying to kill himself because he ruined his family business. And this angel comes down from God and gives him the opportunity to see what his life would be like if he didn't exist. And so he gets to see all of the things that would happen to people and those around him, and if he never existed, so he thinks that it's better if he wasn't born, and he gets to see that almost. I don't know. There's it's kind of like that. What is it? The Christmas Story vibe.
Yeah.
You get to experience certain things, but also, like at the beginning when he was a kid, he saved his brother from drowning.
Yeah.
In a sledding accident, and right at the beginning, it shows like if you weren't born, your brother would be in the ground, or not at the beginning, but as soon as he goes into this experiment of seeing his life, you'd see his brother wouldn't even be around.
The actor is James Stewart, because I just looked it up, but I don't know if he like was involved with the production of it besides acting. He probably was, because he's very well known back then. And I want to say probably around the same time that he made this or before this, he also made a film that it's not Christmas, but it's very similar in style. It's actually a John Wayne film.
What's it called?
The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. And that's one.
I feel like I saw that one.
You might have. It's one of my, like, I don't know how far up there, but it's a really good film. I love that film because in it, he kind of, how it starts out was he like goes to his old friend's grave because he just died, and he's telling the story of his friend's life, and what it was, his friend was played by John Wayne, and it was through the whole story, him and John Wayne were kind of fighting over for this girl's love, and there was it was a cowboy film, but there was a guy who kind of was terrorizing the town, and John Wayne ended up killing him, and instead of taking credit for killing him because he was a bad guy, he let this guy played by James Stewart get the credit, and because of it, he became like, I think, the mayor of the town, or like, I don't know if he was the mayor, but like pretty popular, and then he went to Washington and became like a went like up.
He became a politician?
Yeah, a really high politician because he got popularity because he was known for the man who shot Liberty Valance, but he wasn't the one who shot Liberty Valance. It was John Wayne. He just didn't want to take credit for it.
Gotcha.
And he also, because of it, he got the girl and got married to her and stuff, and John Wayne, who was actually the guy who shot him, gave him credit and let him take the girl and all this stuff because he loved her. It's a good film.
Doesn't seem like a good film.
It was a great film because he's like telling
Seems like a lousy film.
He was telling the story of his friend's life and how he gave him credit for doing this one act, and that kind of put him on this path of his life going upwards and spiral and becoming like well known and everybody liked him, but essentially he did nothing and his friend was the one who gave him the credit for doing something that he did. So he told his friend's story at the end of his life.
I've never heard of a person killing someone being loved by everybody.
Well,
and then you become a politician because you killed somebody?
Well, he became
a guy named Liberty
because he...
A guy named Liberty?
Liberty. It's a good film. You should watch it. I recommend it.
I've never heard ever of a human called Liberty, named Liberty. If your name is Liberty, no judgment, but I've never known one.
Never known one. Well, this is also back like...
Seems like a weird name, too.
I don't even know the year, but it was a long time ago, like Old West film.
Okay.
But that's a good film.
Okay, but yeah, going back to Christmas movies, though.
Yeah. Okay.
What was I saying? It's a Wonderful Life. Recommend. Highly recommend. It's actually our dad's favorite film.
Yeah.
We watched it a bunch growing up also.
That is true. So you brought up this film already, but I have a different version of it.
Okay.
You know what this is? This is on my list because I really like this film for some reason. It's funny.
Tim Allen Santa Claus.
No. A Christmas Story, but not a Christmas story. What Christmas story?
Muppets?
Muppets Christmas Story.
The Muppets Christmas Story was the worst Muppets there was, though.
But it was still funny. We always quoted that line. He's like, what are these? And he's like,
and what are these? Those are my nipples. Oh. Yeah, I mean, there was moments. The Muppets always have moments, but I don't know that
Out of all the
it was that
Christmas
good.
stories, though, that would be ranked on the top. I mean, did anybody else do? Because there's a lot of Christmas stories. That story been adapted by a lot of different people. What did anybody do it better? There's like a live action version. There's a cartoon version. There's Muppets version. There's a VeggieTales version. There's
VeggieTales. Definitely VeggieTales did it better. I want to see vegetables with eyeballs and mouths walking around. Yeah. They're basically Pickle Ricks.
Basically.
No, I guess no one probably did that story better, but the VeggieTales one was pretty good. I guess I got to give it to Muppets.
Easter version.
Oh yeah, they took Christmas story and turned it into an Easter story, and it was vegetables
because he had a factory that made Easter eggs. Plastic Easter eggs.
It's not very eco-friendly.
Yeah, but they're
he
vegetables.
Was greedy.
They don't care.
Yeah, it's on such a small size.
Yeah,
it doesn't really affect the environment. I have another good one.
Okay,
the Grinch, the live action. Who played that guy?
That's on my list, but it's up there. So can we talk about another one, and then we'll get back to that one?
Well, I already brought it up.
Okay, we can talk about it now then.
Okay. What's the guy's name who plays the Grinch?
He played Ace Ventura and I can't even think of his name. Yes Man.
Yeah, and also the Truman Show.
Yeah, why are we so bad at names tonight?
It's because it's been a long day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find this friggin' thing. Okay.
Just type in.
All right, I got it. Cast of the Truman Show.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that's.
I didn't even see the name, and
Jimothy Carey.
Yeah.
He did an awesome Grinch.
Yeah.
He was, in my opinion,
the best Grinch.
The best Grinch.
The best.
That
Grinch.
was the funniest role he's ever done, in my opinion. I'm not a huge Jim Carrey fan of most things he's done. I'm not actively seeking out to watch him on screen. I think the Grinch might have been the best he's ever done.
Yeah,
which is probably really disappointing
at
for
that
him.
Film.
But I think the Grinch was really well done. He was really funny.
Yeah.
Maybe it was because he had to wear all that costumes and like you couldn't see his weird face. Maybe that's why I liked it. Do you think Jim Carrey is on the same level as Johnny Depp?
Yes. I do. I think in my mind, no, because I'm not a fan of his work as much.
Mm-hmm.
As much. I wouldn't say I'm not a fan of his work, but
okay.
As much as Johnny Depp, because Johnny Depp has played some roles that I just enjoy watching more.
Yeah.
But yes, I would agree.
On what level? Finances, popularity? What level do you think he matches Johnny Depp? Because they both.
I don't consider finances or popularity.
Well, whoever gets paid more for things they do, that's a different level. It means you're more important.
Yeah, but it also, it's the company that hires you. Johnny Depp was in Disney owns all the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, so he played Johnny Depp, which is a huge role, or Jack Sparrow, that was a huge role. I think he probably got paid more, Johnny Depp, because Disney was paying him for the main role in like multiple movie
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tend to pay a lot. I think for one of the movies, maybe it was the fourth one on Stranger Tides, I believe he got paid like $13 million or something like that. And the thing is, like, technology is so good these days that you can make a film so quickly now.
Yeah.
They just like, all right, we're going to film most days for like 3 months and we'll have a feature film, filmed.
Yeah.
And we could spend the rest of the time shooting pickups or just editing and doing all the effects and whatnot to get it done and pumped out. That's probably what they did with the last two Pirates of the Caribbean, because they were not as well done. There was not as much production value in those as there were in the first three, which was disappointing. But they're like, oh, let's like not spend as much money and let's let's try to make as much money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But go back to Jim Carrey. I still think he's good. He's in a lot of good films that he played a good crazy guy.
Okay. What's the next film you have?
I kind of combined a couple, but when I say it, you're going to be like, okay, I know why you're kind of combining these.
Okay.
I just put old cartoons like Rudolph, like Frosty the Snowman, like Santa Claus, like they made
stop motion cartoons.
Yes,
They weren't really
claymation.
Yeah,
Claymation.
It wasn't even really claymation half the time because some of the things like were more felty. You know.
I think
it was just
clay.
stop motion animation. Let's see, old stop motion
like
Christmas
Frosty
cartoons,
the
Christmas
Snowman.
movies. We got Rudolph. Frosty the Snowman was cartoon.
Jack Frost.
Jack Frost.
That's what I was
well
thinking.
Well known. Jack Frost. There it is.
Why did they use
Jack
ice
Frost
cubes
was
for
creepy.
money? They would just slice ice cubes and it would be money. We used to find that so funny.
Yeah, I think we used to go outside and we wanted to take a saw with us. We would cut ice cubes just like on it with a little other dad's saw. It never worked really well when we lived in Pennsylvania when there was actually icicles. And we used to make like little money that would melt. They would draw like 1 cent on the icicle and put it in a wheelbarrow. And that's how they did their trade. That's very funny.
Yeah.
It's such a silly concept. You remember this one? It's just called Christmas.
I do remember it. I'm kidding. Let me see a picture.
A Misser Brothers Christmas. Let's see. Does it bring anything else up besides this? Oh, yes.
Let me see. Okay.
Let me do images. And do you recognize this at all?
I do, but I can't recall what it was about.
It's, oh man. How early was this made? This might have been a weird time. Maybe this is different because this is a 2008 film. We saw something that looks similar to this before 2008.
Well, some of those characters were in Jack Frost.
Were they?
I think so.
That must be where I've seen them from. There was another one that was kind of creepy, man.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just Rudolph that I'm thinking. There was the snow.
If you want to
the snowman that was a monster,
have nightmares and just have a good nightmare one night, watch these films. Watch Jack Frost,
Rudolph.
Rudolph. Have yourself a good nightmare.
Have yourself a good old adult nightmare. Yeah, some of these old Christmas movies are creepy. The way they were made. Oh, was it? Oh, do you remember the side character in Rudolph, the little elf, who's like weird? I saw a funny sketch that. Well, I'm not gonna say who did it. It just did voiceover work and took that scene, and it was pretty funny. But I'm not gonna say who it is because it's a controversial person.
Yeah. This wasn't on my list, but I know it has to be an honorable mention. I'm not a fan of this film. And you can hate me for it. You probably won't, but I'm saying they probably will.
Go ahead.
Elf.
Why would I hate you for that?
I don't know. Will Ferrell is not, his comedy's not funny to me. So because I can't, when something's cringy, it makes me feel like I don't like watching this because I'm embarrassed. And
that's how you feel about Elf?
Well, Will Ferrell in general.
That's why it's so
comedy,
funny, though.
Yes, but I can't not feel embarrassed.
So you don't like watching it because you feel embarrassed?
A little bit.
Did you see the Will Ferrell one that came out on Netflix?
Yes.
Did you like that one?
The Star and Moon Saga or something.
Yes. I'm gonna give the name so people here that haven't seen it, we can give them a solid recommendation.
I think it's like Star Song.
Let's just type in Will
Star Song Saga. I'm gonna say that.
No, Eurovision. Have you seen Eurovision?
Yeah, I watched.
Have you seen the one with long hair? Eurovision?
Yeah, I watched like half of it, and then I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
Eurovision was terribly funny. I mean, I was dying, man. I don't know why. I think it was just the nature of the characters, but Eurovision was great. You gotta watch it. It's on Netflix.
I mean, yeah, I'll recommend it. A lot of people like it. It's just not my cup of tea. That's why. I have to throw it in there as honorable mention.
Besides Elf, what other example of Will Ferrell? Did you see him in The Office for those few episodes he was in?
Yeah.
Did you like him in that? He was pretty cringy there too.
Yeah. No.
He's so good at doing uncomfortable humor. Yeah. It's when he has to play a more serious role is when he's not really funny.
What serious roles has he played?
Like he played that one where he was, I think he was a businessman, embezzled money, and he did it with Kevin Hart.
That was not serious.
Get Hard?
That's supposed to be funny.
No, I'm saying, but he wasn't a silly person.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
No, he was like a normal person, and he's a little frou-frou, and so he wasn't ready to go to jail. You know?
Yeah, but he plays that as a comedy role. That's definitely not serious.
He was funny. It was meant to be a funny film. You're not hearing what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying, of course, it was funny, but he was supposed to be a normal person. Elf is not a normal person. If you watch who he was on those few episodes of The Office, he's not a normal person. He's like mentally different. Like he's not a normal person. In Get Hard, he was...
You should go back and watch Get Hard.
Get Hard, he was basically a normal business person.
I watched it over quarantine.
Okay, but it seemed like he was basically a normal person, and all of a sudden he's going into an environment he knows nothing about.
I do not recommend that film. Do not go watch it.
Why?
It's very raunchy and just weird.
It's Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart in a rated R film. What else do you expect?
Yeah.
It's fine. If you like those films, watch it.
I didn't like it. I mean, yeah. But I mean, I'm just throwing Elf in there as an honorable mention. Not my top film, but it's a decent Christmas movie if people like it. That also has Zooey Deschanel in it.
Yes, it does. If you like New Girl and you don't know what else Zooey Deschanel has played on, Elf. Or the other way around. If you've seen Elf and you think that blonde girl is really pretty and you'd like to see her in more stuff, then go watch New Girl. It's a show on Netflix. It's not a Netflix show, but it's on Netflix.
We should have brought ourselves a big plate of
cookies. Should have ate all the cookies right here on this podcast. Munching.
No, I was gonna say a big bowl or a big plate of
gingerbread. We should have built a gingerbread house.
Why can't I think of this? Spaghetti with syrup on it.
Oh, we should have had spaghetti with syrup on it, and then put like M&Ms and other things.
We should just ate it while we were doing.
What are the 4 basic food groups? Candy cane,
candy corn,
and syrup.
Yeah.
Okay,
talking about cookies, we're gonna get back to more films, but someone sent me a little bit of cookies.
Mm-hmm.
A family member, so it was not weird. And in the box of cookies, they threw a slice of bread, and they said that the slice of bread is there to make the cookies stay fresh. I've never heard of this.
What?
Just one slice of bread.
What?
They said it, and they were decently moist still. They said the bread, like, absorbs the moisture and keeps the cookies soft so they don't get really hard and crunchy.
Was this a parent?
This was our sister.
What? This is a method?
Mm-hmm.
You use bread.
Just one slice of bread.
You use cooked dough to keep sugary cooked dough.
Yeah. More so it doesn't become stale. It absorbs the moisture in the box.
Did you eat the piece of bread?
No, it was hard as a rock.
It was hard as a rock?
And the cookies were moist. So
was it like a large piece of bread?
It was a store-bought piece of like...
Oh, like wheat bread?
Wheat bread,
like Wonder Bread kind of thing?
Not Wonder, wheat. Wheat, yes.
Whole wheat or just white bread?
Whole wheat.
Whole wheat bread?
Mm.
It was hard as a rock. So you think it did what it was supposed to?
Yeah.
Were the cookies soft?
Yeah.
Were they really good?
As soon as I picked one up, they would fall apart. They were so soft.
Oh, man.
They were crumbly.
And was it like... The bread was on top covering the cookies?
Kind of. It was more like the box was decent size. It was like That big, so the bread was just on there on the side. Never heard of that before.
Wait, so the bread wasn't even on top of the cookies?
A little bit, but it was more of the bread was just thrown in at the last.
So the bread absorbs the moisture.
Mm-hmm.
Then why would it be rock solid?
Because I don't know.
This is such a weird thing. Humans have discovered strange things.
Yeah. So if you're sending Christmas cookies, I know it's a little bit late, but if
maybe throw a piece of white bread in there.
Bread.
Whole wheat bread.
Yeah.
Just buy yourself a loaf. I mean, you go to a cheap store or get off-brand, it's like 99 cents.
99
You can send out like how many pieces of bread in a loaf, you think? Like 24? Probably, something like that.
Yeah.
They probably like to make it 24 pieces. You can give out, 24 little boxes of cookies, throw a piece in each.
Yeah, but the tins I got
99 cents.
were decent, like that size tins. I got 2 tins and 2 pieces of bread.
So you got cookies because you had COVID, and I didn't get any cookies? Stop smiling and nodding your head.
Yeah.
I got no cookies. If I want cookies, I got to go out and buy my own cookies. My sisters don't like me enough to get me cookies. They only like you.
No, I don't know why they give me cookies.
It's because you had COVID.
Probably.
They feel sorry for you.
Probably.
Well, I'm over here eating store-bought cookies.
You guys make baked goods all the time. I come over here and I try your food, and I'm like, this is...
You can make baked goods, too. You just got to make them.
I know.
I mean, I didn't make baked goods really when I was single. Once I got married, I discovered that baking goods was a thing. All of a sudden, I do most of the baking and, well, maybe not baking, but cooking in general, I do majority
cooking.
of it.
I do a lot more things and when I'm single than you did when you were single. I make food.
Okay, we both know how to make pizza dough from scratch. Learned it from my mom's recipe. And it's very similar with regular bread as well. It's a little different. But I've recently learned, and done it a couple times, how to make pancakes from scratch. I don't have to get the mix. I might still get the mix sometimes because it's easier, but I don't have to. I can make pancakes from scratch. Isn't that cool?
Throw a little bit in January when we're going to probably go back on some kind of diet-ish thing. Make pancakes in the morning. This is a really good recipe. And instead of putting a ton of flour, you throw in a cup of like a protein powder and use sugar-free syrup instead of sugared syrup.
Have you ever heard of
syrup?
Peptides?
No.
Let me make sure I'm saying this right. I heard this on a podcast yesterday, actually. Peptides.
Peptides.
Peptides. Peptides. Apparently, it's kind of like, I think people can do injections or they do it like in powder-like protein stuff. Apparently.
They inject in protein powder into their veins?
It's not proteins. Maybe it is some kind of protein. Okay, so apparently peptides is some kind of thing you put in your body, and it's supposed to help like gut health. It's supposed to help with weight loss. And do you know who Whitney Cummings is? She's a comedian, well known. Some people refer to as the female Joe Rogan. You know? What are you saying? No, you disagree, or
I don't know.
Haven't heard of this?
No, I haven't heard.
Okay,
but
she recommended this because she's like, a lot of people are looking at her and being like, oh, she's I think she's in her 40s or maybe 30s. I don't want to, assume, but she's still in good shape, and a lot of people look at her in the comedy world, the podcast world, and be like, hey, she's like really good. Like, she's taking care of herself. And she said on a podcast yesterday, briefly, that peptides is kind of the key for her. And she does talk about it. And that's the first time I've ever heard of this. You should look into it. See what all that's about.
Yeah, maybe we should, I'll do a little research and try to figure out what it is.
Peptides.
But, I mean, I'm pretty good with what I have.
So you're saying we're doing something in January?
Yeah.
I know we talked about it a little bit.
On the midnight special mostly.
Do you have ideas?
Yeah, I already know what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
I'm starting training, running. I got to run my marathon this year, my guy.
Oh,
Or my half marathon at least. I'm a marathon. I'm going to do a marathon this year.
I got you. I think I'm gonna either run/elliptical/bike 1,000 miles this year.
1,000
Mm-hmm.
only?
Mm-hmm.
A
It's
whole-
like
a
it's like
whole
every
year.
day. Every day you have to do like 3 miles.
You know how fast on a bike 3 miles is? That's pretty quick.
Yeah, but like I'm trying to be consistent and be disciplined, not like an everyday, not like work out like crazy, That's not this I'm not trying to do
Okay.
sober October for all of
that's fine.
2021,
Okay.
but I'm trying to do 1,000 miles.
There's a challenge that 100 days of sweat.
100 days of sweat. I'll sweat every day of the year if I'm on a bike or something.
Yeah.
What is it? What is 100 days of sweat supposed to mean?
You just have to sweat for 100 days straight.
And then what happens?
Then the challenge is over, but you can keep doing it. You can do more than 100.
Oh, it's like it's a
365.
pointless challenge. Like it's not. It's just kind of like you should sweat for 100 days.
But it's kind of like sober October. You do it for a month, and then you aren't sober anymore, and you stop working out. But that's 100 days of sweat. It's just kind of very similar.
Okay. They just call it something different.
Yeah.
So you just got to get a sweat in, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's easy. I can do something real quick and get a sweat in. Like it takes me like probably 5 minutes to get a sweat up.
I want to go find somewhere where there's a sauna. I know we're not talking about Christmas, but I want to go get in a good sauna.
Depending on where people are listening to this, it's probably really cold. It might be nice to go get in a sauna.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I want to do?
It's good, healthy for you.
I want to get in a sauna, and then I want to go get in a float tank. I want to float.
Okay.
Naked in the darkness.
Like a baby.
Become one with the universe, man. I would like to do that. Would you like to do a float tank in 2021?
Yeah, I would. It's not like my goal, but I would. If
I
was
think it
offered
might
to
be
me.
one of my goals.
Okay.
I think I'm going to float.
If you're going to do it, just invite me along, and I'll do it with you. Not with you, no.
I'm not floating with you, man.
No.
I'm not doing a podcast while floating
We'll
either.
change out the water, and then I'll do it myself.
I don't know how the water works. I've heard that some people probably poop in those.
My guy.
Okay, what other movies you got?
Other movies. I don't have any other. I'm kidding. No. So more of my movies. I have. So we talked about It's a Wonderful Life. We talked about White Christmas. We talked about Muppets. We talked about old cartoons, creepy nightmare cartoons. We also have Nightmare Before Christmas, which you better have watched this film. I don't know if you have. Have you seen Nightmare
Before
Before
Johnny
Christmas?
Depp plays the voice of Jack.
No.
Nightmare Before
That's
Christmas?
Corpse Bride.
Nope, haven't seen it. He does do the voice of him, though, doesn't he?
Corpse Bride, yeah.
Doesn't he also do The Nightmare Before Christmas?
No, that's different.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's different.
But the character's name is Jack.
No, I don't think it's not the same. It's different.
Okay. The Nightmare Before Christmas cast. I feel like I'm doing a lot of Googling.
Yes, Jack is the main guy. He's not Johnny Depp, though, is what I was
Played
saying.
by Danny Elfman. Elfman? Never heard of Danny Elfman. But yeah, it's played by Danny Elfman.
Yep.
Let's see, any other bigger names in this film? Nope. I don't
watched that
recognize
recently.
anybody. Except Tim Burton
decently
made it. He's made it.
Yeah, I watched that film decently
Catherine O'Hara.
recent. I came to my apartment and my roommate was watching it, so
Is it really that
I
popular?
watched it with him. Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah.
Yes, it's very
How
popular.
have I missed it if it's that popular?
I don't know. Because you don't watch films, you only watch shows. It's the one that's like, this is Halloween, this is Halloween,
This
Halloween,
is
Halloween, Halloween.
Halloween. What in the Halloween?
But it's a Christmas film.
Okay.
Because it's to educate Joseph because he doesn't know.
Because I don't know.
It's there's Halloween Town, and then there's Christmas Town. And then there's like Easter Town, and there's all these towns for the different holidays.
Mm-hmm.
So a guy named Jack, who's a skeleton, he lives in Halloween Town. He said it's too easy to do Halloween because he can scare people, and it's too easy for him anymore. He's not fulfilled with life, so he decides to hop over to Christmas Town and takes over Christmas, and like takes Santa Claus suit, and he becomes Santa Claus himself, but he's a skeleton. So the cast of Halloween basically puts on Christmas.
Gotcha. Let me ask you this. Does this count as a Christmas film? Because I think it does. Hook.
No. What Christmas is in it?
Isn't it Christmas time that they go to London to visit?
No.
Mary?
No. They go to London because she's opening up
Wendy, not Mary.
She's opening up a children's home for
during the winter.
During the winter, yes, but not Christmas.
Feels like a Christmas movie when you watch it, though, doesn't it?
I mean, you could say that when they're in the snow.
Yeah. What other things? You remember that short Shrek sketch that's Christmas?
So, I guess, and you already said this, Santa Claus, that's pretty top of my list. It's not the top. Actually, I'll just go ahead and say it because we're getting to the end of talking about films.
Okay.
But, so Grinch and The Grinch with Jim Carrey and Santa Claus with Tim Allen were my two top. Kind of Grinch I put on the top, but they're both pretty equal because I think Tim Allen's pretty funny.
Yeah, that is probably the same for me, honestly.
I think I will say this though, for Santa Claus, because we didn't talk about it much. The first one was decent. The second one was not as good, but it was
there was a
average.
lot of cringe.
Yes,
there was cringy moments in both, but the second one had a lot of cringy moments because the kid in the first one was the kid, in the second one he was older and he sucked at acting.
Yeah, and then they made a couple more. I think after that, I know they made at least one more. That one was the worst movie I've seen, or not the worst movie, but it was pretty bad on the worst movie. So I don't even consider that as a good Santa Claus movie. Still Tim Allen, but it was horrible.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If there's Christmas at all in the film, does it count?
Yeah.
As a Christmas film?
Yeah.
What about Father of the Bride? Isn't there Christmas during that one? That's a funny, what was his name?
I don't know if it was Christmas, but yeah, you can say it.
Let's see. Because some people that's been listening to this has been real sticklers about information lately. So, is A Father of the Bride a Christmas movie? ?
I don't think it is. It's a wedding, or whatever you call the genre of wedding films.
It's obviously Steve Martin.
Yeah. Martin Short.
Diane Keaton.
Martin Short.
Kimberly Williams. Martin Short, yeah. He plays Frank. Is there any point in this film that there's Christmas time?
It snows, but it's not Christmas.
Aren't they in California, though?
Mm-hmm.
Why would it snow? It doesn't really snow in California, I hear.
That's why they said that in the film. Do you not remember?
They did. They brought that up in the film.
He's like, it hasn't snowed since I was a little kid, and it has to snow today. I think they just threw it in there as a funny thing to throw more of bad things at that wedding.
That's a good movie. That's a funny movie.
It was funny, yeah.
It's a good time. Steve Martin.
Martin Short. Steve Martin, Martin Short, the three amigos. They just play good together. They're good acting together.
Martin Short wasn't in the Three Amigos.
Oh my gosh.
What? What?
He's one of the three amigos.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Martin Short?
I think so. Unless I'm totally doing a blank.
Cast of the Three Amigos. You're right. Martin Short, Steve Martin, and Chevy Chase. That's a funny movie. That's a Christmas movie for you. A movie to enjoy around Christmas time. Three Amigos. If you want to have a good chuckle.
That would definitely put that as a recommendation. That's a good
What are
film.
good non-Christmas movies, but other good holiday movies? So maybe there's a Jewish movie about Hanukkah or something. Do you know of any?
Hanukkah films.
Isn't Hanukkah still happening right now? Doesn't Hanukkah last for a week or two or a whole month?
7 days.
7 days?
7 days.
Let's see.
Today's the last day.
Oh, today is?
I think so.
Last day of Hanukkah 2020. You notice how much I'm Googling this episode?
I'm pretty sure today's the last episode.
Tomorrow. Friday, December 18th. It is the 15th, so we have a few more days. This Friday is the end of Hanukkah. Should we light our menorahs, or is that blasphemous?
No,
is that offensive?
No, you can.
Can Gentiles light menorahs?
Yeah.
And they're chill with that?
Yeah.
All right, buy myself a menorah.
Okay.
Pray a little.
Put it in the window so the whole apartment complex can see it.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Put your menorah in the window?
Mm-hmm.
Let them see it? Do we have to do we have to sacrifice? No, that's Passover.
No. Yeah. Now it's starting to be blasphemous.
I have a gift for you.
You do. I didn't know about this gift.
You do. Oh.
Huh.
And you don't have one for me.
Well, yes, because I said, should I get a gift? And you said no.
No.
You did tell me no.
I did say no. There's another one coming, but I'm waiting on it. For some reason, it's delayed.
Okay, can I just take a guess before I even see it? I kind of saw it, but this has always been in my mind.
Okay.
It has something to do with white and black t-shirts.
Like solid? Like a pack of t-shirts?
That's what I was thinking, yeah. You got me another pack of t-shirts. Be like,
it's not a pack of t-shirts. No.
Okay.
It's not a pack of t-shirts.
Okay. That was my
There's
guess.
another one coming. Hopefully it will be in by next week. So it will be after Christmas when the people watch this.
Oh, so I have to open it on the podcast even if it's after.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
What about the midnight special? Can I open it on the midnight special? They can't see, but I can explain, give them like a little detailed, like I can crinkle.
How about this?
I could do like a little ASMR opening.
No, we're doing it on this podcast.
Okay.
And we could probably, we'll see. There you go.
Is it weird that I'm really nervous that you got me a gift for this podcast?
No, this is not weird at all. It's right up your alley.
Ooh. Okay.
Open it up. Open up that plastic. Show the people what it is. You know what it is?
Subscribe to Olin Rogers.
Hold it up, man. You're holding it upside down. Star Cadet. I got you a large. Is that your size?
You think I'm fat?
No.
No. I'm large. I'm a tall guy. I'm not fat. I'm a little
You're long.
tall.
You're long. Medium's too short.
Can you see it?
No. Hold it from here so they can see right by your face. There you go. Very nice. It is a Battle Bear gummy bear.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do. It's
your first Olin Rogers shirt, actually.
That is true. I was actually going to get the same design, but in a hoodie. But they sold out so quick of my size, the large hoodies.
Yeah.
That as soon as I went on the website, they were sold out of larges.
They were pretty,
but large, they were sold out of.
They were pretty, what am I trying to say? Oh, the hoodies were really cool looking. I just could see why you want one. But you didn't have any Olin Rogers stuff, I don't think. So I thought for this Christmas I would get you this, and then there's another thing I'm getting you that's on its way, but I don't know when it's getting here.
Okay.
So we should give it to you next week. So what is it about this coming week that you are most happy for? Are you excited to see?
Christmas?
Are you excited for the trip down? Like what? And how do you feel about it? Because you had COVID, now you're free and clear and negative. We're back seeing each other. The likelihood of you getting again is really low, very extremely low.
We, I don't know, we're going to go see family that I haven't seen since probably last year. I'm pretty sure last year.
Yeah, so, for me, longer, I think.
I mean, I guess I'll see family, eat some food, relax, gain some weight. We did talk about how we were going to go visit. We were going to go down for Thanksgiving. That didn't happen because a few days before you got exposed, and then we're like, it might not be safe for us to go now. Yeah. We called it off, and then the day before Thanksgiving, you got sick. So that was a good move on our part, and me and Kenzie didn't know if we were safe. But me and Kenzie did end up being safe, but you were not. So we didn't get a chance to go home for Thanksgiving, even though on the podcast we said that we were beforehand, and then on the podcast we said we didn't. We are very strongly keeping to ourselves as much as possible. Luckily at work, I can pretty much work in isolation for the next week and a half. This is the week of the podcast. You're going to, okay, but you're still going into work.
I'm not going anywhere except staying home and going to work every day and pretty much being exactly by myself at work all day. And Kenzie's just here at the house. She's done with school. You're going into work, but you already had COVID, so you probably, there's not even cases really that are strong evidence that people could get it a second time. Yeah. Usually it's because they had a weird and immune problem the first time for those cases, so you're pretty safe. So all in all, I think we're pretty solid. I don't think there's going to be any interruptions for us to go back safely.
Solid's a good word, but yeah, we're good.
We're good, man. Good. We're going to see our parents. Yeah. We're going to see our sisters. We're going to see some friends. I miss them. I haven't seen anybody really except for the people that's around here in so long.
You don't like the people who's around here?
No, I love the people around here. I'm just saying, like, you're the only people I've seen. I want to see more people, and it'll be all right. I'll be safe. It's going to be a
good time to rest up, I think.
I think it's important everyone makes their decision and does what feels right. Does what makes sense to them.
Gonna go eat some of that curve.
Gonna go eat some Swedish dinners from our grandmother. Yeah. She's not Italian, like we so proudly pronounce.
Swedish.
But her grandfather was. Yeah. Our grandfather was Italian. Her husband. And but she's Swedish, so she makes a dish called curve, which is pretty much kind of like this sausage-like meat that she stuffs into some pig intestine.
Maybe you shouldn't.
She stuffs it into pig intestine, and then she cooks it in a manner of which Swedish people do, which is kind of boil, I think, and it's actually really good. And then she makes other things. I'm pretty sure we're doing curve. Doesn't she usually do cream potatoes? Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Anywho, what time is it? What do you say we end this one a little earlier than normal? We've gone about an hour.
You want to sing a Christmas carol to I'm kidding. No, that's only a midnight special type thing.
We actually have to record quite a few this week and next week because there were 2 weeks ahead, but because we're going to be we're going to be busy during the holiday,
Christmas,
and the weekend after the holiday, and New Year's, we're going to be busy. The
midnight special is coming out on Christmas Day. My gay.
Yes.
My gay.
That's a real Christmas episode. Look forward to that this Friday. But because of that, we have to record quite a few episodes to get ahead. So we're sorry this one's a little shorter than normal. But, this week we're going to be recording like 4 episodes or something that.
I'm busy. I'm really
we're
busy. We're busy. We're slowly growing out our mustaches, our beards, and that's hard work, right?
It's real hard work.
Hard work.
How many more episodes we got until the end of season? Till season 7.
So after this, I'm pretty sure one more video form and 2 more audio midnight specials. One on Christmas and then one the following Friday.
Let me tell you.
And then we take a
video. 3 more video form. 3 video form.
After this one?
3 midnight specials. We got 6 more seasons, including this one.
Seasons? 6 more seasons. After 6 more seasons, we're done.
This is 6 away from the last episode of this season, which will be right around the beginning of January. We will be going through the new year, but we will be taking a short break thereafter.
Yeah.
We're doing that kind of because, I mean, there's
We
a few
announced
reasons
it
why.
already.
Yeah, but Wyatt's moving. We want to help get him established. He's going to be
People who-
here.
I don't know if there's exclusive video for him. You want to really quickly just recap
Yeah.
why
If you guys, Wyatt, the Midnight Special host, one of the hosts, he's moving to this area January at the beginning, and so he's going to be rooming with Joshua. We're working on a bunch of cool stuff for 2021. He wants to, explore and get out and live somewhere else for a while, and he wants to be up here because we're doing cool stuff.
We're gonna little tease,
and we
have a
live
new
right
desk.
next to the ocean, so
We're gonna have a new desk for the podcast.
yeah, we got so much cool stuff coming out for season 7. We're very excited to show you, but we're going to continue with the continuity of looking like this for the last number of episodes to finish off season 6, and then we will be back, hot and heavy for
We're gonna be
season
heavy.
7.
All that weight you're gaining, and then we're gonna lose it. 'cause
Hot and heavy.
January, we're gonna start working out.
Yep. We're gaining weight now to cut it out in 2021.
Yep.
Dude, 2021 is going to be the start of a new Roaring 20s.
Yeah, we'll talk about 20.
They already got the
21.
vaccine going, man.
We're gonna talk about that when the New Year's episode. So come back for that one.
Roaring 20s. We're right on the cusp of it.
Subscribe to this channel. Go follow us on Spotify.
Thank you for liking and commenting on this episode.
Yep. And we're here to make
Geeks out of you. Go subscribe to Olin Rogers and maybe buy yourself a t-shirt from his store, Star Cadet.
Yep.